All right, we are finally back after a brief hiatus. Myself, Bo Cephas, aka Tone, with the We Love the Game podcast. Mr. Outsider for Life, Corey.
What up? What up? What up?
And our guest today is a man. If you're a Cleveland Flag and you don't know this man, then you either just started playing last week or you haven't been around. Mr. Shareef Armstrong.
What up?
What's up? What's up? How you feeling today?
I'm good.
All right. Go ahead, Corey.
Let's throw it out there too. And like I told him, a lot of times he get on my nerves. But I'm in chats with people with that, and the argument can be made. He probably has the most accolades.
And that was I don't mean to cut you off, but that was my first thing I was gonna say. Give us a rundown of your accomplishments in flag and let these people know.
Yeah, but let me finish.
Go ahead.
His accolades and accomplishments, you can make the argument they might be the best in Cleveland outside of maybe some of those older guys from Gibbs and stuff like that. I don't really know too much. I played with Richie and Roland when I was younger, but those dudes, I still don't think they got the accolades that this man got. So salute. That's why I put him on the Rushmore for receiver.
Okay.
Play a lot of positions.
All right. So
anytime.
Go ahead.
Anytime you get called from out of town teams that's ranked number 1 or number 2 in the country, and you don't even live in that city, and you get called to come play for them, that speaks volumes. So right. Do y'all?
So no, I was just like I said. So just give us a rundown and let the people know. Give us a rundown of some of your accomplishments in flag since you started.
So, I started. I think I probably started in maybe 05, 06 or whatever. Playing with my homeboy got me into the game. I ain't really know no better. So I started off like a little lower level team, and I guess I was getting whooped by this team called the Rebels back in the day. That's Dink and all them, and Mills, and a dude named Jay Polk was, playing quarterback, was a man. But I seen that I can ball with them dudes. You feel what I'm saying? So I just kept finding my way on different teams. Shout out to Shug, who really gave me my first real shot with the WT Warriors, really showing what I can do. But my first game, I tell people this story. My first game I ever played with them guys, I had 6 interceptions in one game, and they still benched me. They still benched me because they said I wasn't physical enough. Back then, that's how it was. They was like, you ain't physical enough to play on our defense. We don't care if you getting interceptions. It don't matter. So So yeah, back then it wasn't a buddy thing. It was about you had to buy your time. So I just kept buying my time. Then I moved on from them. I moved Richie Agnew, seeing that I can play. So I ended up playing with Empire. He started this team. And same thing with Richie. It was some ballers on that squad. Some old school cats, this dude Los, Nate Ford, my white dude named Byers. So I was like the 4th receiver that nobody know about, wasn't getting no love. I almost walked away from them cats, but then Richie told me to stick it out, and the other cats, they started to fizzle out, and that's when my career started to go different. So I started being featured. I started coming to man, and went from there. Went from the Empire, then I went to a team called Timeout, and I really became the man on Timeout. So just shining, man. Post round. Anybody will tell you, unstoppable. 90%. We had a 95% touchdown rate on the first play of the game, hands down, no doubt. Nobody can stop it. And then moved on to the All-Stars. Same thing with them. Dynamic team, one of the best teams I ever played on. Maybe one of the best teams besides Gibbs and the Dogs that's been around in Cleveland for real. Mm-hmm. I was playing with the All-Stars, won a lot, got a couple MVPs with them guys as well. Played with them for a lot of my career, like other than timeout. It was the All-Stars, and then I moved on to when the All-Stars stop playing, moved on to the Mad Dogs. Won some things with the Mad Dogs. Pretty much was a lot of the All-Stars who were still playing and just added some of the Mad Dogs cast. You know what I'm saying? So then after that, how I end up with the Bisons was because of Jermaine, and me and him had a conversation, and I always used to help them catch out. Like I like football. Like anybody know I like flag. Like if it's a game, if I can play, I'm gonna play. Like So I used to help them catch, and I told Jermaine if he got some talent, I'll rock with him, and that's what he did. He found some talent, and I'm a man of my word. You know what I'm saying? So I played.
Don't forget about swag. Don't forget about swag.
I mean, we had our moment with swag, but our leader, our leader, Mr. Richard Agnew, he is all love, and that's my cat. But sometimes he ain't got enough heart for me on the competitive side. Like, and he is trying to be such a good guy and want everybody to be okay. When he failed to realize sometimes, man, you gotta have, you know what I'm saying? You just gotta be that nigga, like be the man. You the quarterback. We gonna ride as you go. You know what I'm saying? I always played with quarterbacks who was confident and understood, like, if they good, we gonna ride with them. That's why Tony Britt get all my respect, because he played hard and he been the best. He one of the best teammates I ever had. Like, he never put you down, always keep you up, So, I mean, like I said, I got a national under my belt. My first 4 years in flag, I went to 3 national titles, 3 national championship games.
Okay. Right.
You know what I'm saying? We should have won 2, but Mr. Agnew again do an pick 6 for the game, and I told him not to. But so I should have been what I'm saying? Like I said, me and my brother, we should have been back-to-back champs. 06 and 07 should have been back-to-back. So,
right.
I've always started at the high, try to be on the highest level in this.
Right.
So I know what it takes to play on the highest level and what it is, that's pretty much what it takes. So I'm still trying to do some things as I'm getting older,
right.
Try to do something different. But so that's pretty much it.
So excuse me. So you got a national. Who did you win the national with?
Timeout.
That's what I thought. Okay. That's what I thought. And now playing right now, or still playing right now, there's not too many people that can say that in Cleveland. Am I wrong or am I right?
Yeah, I'm part of the last person besides my brother is still playing that actually won the title a national in Cleveland.
Right. That's what I thought. Outside of five-man.
Outside of five-man and the 35 and over won 1 year.
And in the high, because remember, what's the name won in rec?
Who did?
About 6 years ago. What was the team? White Hustle.
All Hustle.
Okay.
Yeah, All Hustle did.
Not All Hustle. White Hustle.
White Hustle, my bad. White Hustle, yeah.
Okay.
But back then, the national championship it was like, it was hard. I ain't even gonna lie to you. It wasn't easy.
Yeah.
Right.
You got a few state championships, right?
Yeah, I got 2.
Okay.
One on the highest level, which we beat the team that the Raiders from Columbus Raiders had won it 13 years in a row.
No, when y'all beat them, it was 8 years ago.
8.
I thought it was 10. I thought it was 10 in a row by the time they beat.
Hey, listen, I thought it's double digits.
I thought it was double digits.
No, they won a couple more afterwards. Remember, Reggie Kelly was on my indoor team, and he didn't play.
Yeah,
it was about 8 years. It you know what? It might have been 10.
I
thought it was 10. At least I thought it was double digits.
We beat them. They didn't win. It went another states. They stopped playing after the one we beat them because everybody was so scared to play them cats, man.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
We were talking about that, Corey, at the playoffs.
Yeah,
right?
Like
teams trying to get them taken out.
Yeah, but you know, I had lost it. I felt so good beating them because I had lost to him. I had been to the state championship game at least five times. You know what I mean? Just
Right.
couldn't get over the hump with them cats, man. And
Right.
we finally beat them. It felt good, you know. So I got 2 state championships, one with and then the last one 2 years ago with the Bison. So you know, it's just
And the Raiders had one of the most physical, fastest rushers ever. You remember Hank?
big old Hank, man. Hank. Hank was an ox. Hank was an ox, man. That's what Mike Tatum was. Mike Tatum's speed was on a different level.
I tried to
that cat was up. He came. We only had one man that could run with him, and that was my brother, for real. And that was it. And he still was like way faster than my brother. So it was a challenge, man.
Right.
All right, so let's get into it. What do you think is the state of Cleveland flag football right now? Well, how would you describe it?
Man, my personal opinion, man, this shit is bad.
Okay.
It's not what it used to be. And I know things change, but the competition level and the mentality is bad, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm just on a level of the contact and the physicality. It's like you touch somebody nowadays. It's like, oh man, he hit me. Like, damn, we playing flag football. Like, I'm from the era where you get smacked. As long as you're going for the flag, it don't matter how hard that hit was. It's a good play. You know? And in the sense of ain't nobody traveling. You feel me?
Right.
That's what it is for me. Like, I keep it real with people. Like, local championships and the league championships, all this all good, fine and dandy. But I'm a tournament cat, man. You know, like Corey said, I'm known around the country. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's where I was. Like, and that's what should matter. You know what I'm saying? For me, that's how it matters for me. Some cats like, oh, it's cool. I'm the best player in Cleveland. But still, I'm trying to be the best player in the country.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And we need more teams to travel without having excuses, man. Like, come on. You do this every Sunday. You doing it every season. You paying $600-700 for this league, but you ain't getting a true experience. You feel me? You're not getting to see what this really is about. Like,
right.
Football, we so behind from Maryland and even Philly starting to pass us now.
Yeah, no doubt.
And that's the problem. So we go to tournaments, we not ready. Like, we not really ready, man. And it's crazy. Like, they playing for cash every other weekend in Maryland and Philly, you know what I'm saying? Because they so close. Like, and we just, you know, we happy, you know, we battle it out. You know, we got our team, we got a good solid 5 teams that's gonna battle it out and we gonna, you know what I'm saying, make each other better. But we pretty much all doing the same thing. Right. Offense is the same, defense is the same. You see each other, you know what I'm saying, all the time. So when you go out of town, and Corey was there in VA, we played Free Smoke, and they ran the offense I've never seen before, and they put a 30-something points on it, 30-0. Right. And I was like, what the fuck?
Bro, if you would watch Cheat Code versus All-Stars United, Cheat Code center was lined up in between the hash. There's an X on, I forgot what yard line it's in, but it's an X on one of them yards in between the hash. That's where the quarterback was to the left on the outside of the hash.
Yeah, I seen that.
But about 15 to 20 yards behind him.
He was snapping it to him on that angle.
He was snapping it to him on the angle, bro.
Yeah, what's the name used to do that back in the day? They were called Dominion. They was from DC.
With the ponytail.
Yep. Dominion used to run that offense. Yep, back in the day. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, flag for us, it's too many egos. I say this, and I keep it real. I'm part of it. I'm not saying I'm a part of the more so a part of the problem, but I'm a part of understanding, like, it's sad that we don't got two solid travel teams where we can go and compete against the country.
Right.
We got too much talent here, man. Like, it's too much.
Right.
But it's a lot of egos, man. A lot of I want to be in charge. A lot of go, you know what I'm saying, do it my way. Or it's a lot of, man, that dude is better than me. I mean, I'm better than him. And, you know, it's a lot of that. That's why we don't got the teams we should have. Period. That's just, and it's always been like that, no matter what. And I don't understand. I be trying to figure it out.
So you feel there's a lot of talent here in Cleveland?
For sure.
Okay. Now, when you see, I know you don't really say much online. You don't really say much online. But when you see guys, and you know, a lot of times, Corey, and we stir stuff up. When you see guys saying they're the best and they're this and that, do you feel like Corey feels they have improved it, you know, at a level like you guys are playing at a high level? What do you think when you see that?
Certain dudes, I feel the same. I feel like, yeah, some dudes are getting all this hype that ain't did it yet. Like, they ain't showed enough. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I learned that as soon as you disagree, as soon as you say something that somebody don't like, you a hater. You know what I mean? Like, I give anybody know me, like, I give praise. If you a baller, you a baller. You can't take it away from you. You know what I'm saying? But I also know what it takes to be a baller because I've did it on the highest level. I've shined on the highest level with nothing but ballers on the field. So that's how my criteria for if you the greatest or the best in the city, you have to be that. You have to be dominant. You have to have an imprint on the game. So if it's what 8 on 8, so that's 16 people. Out of 16 people, if you shining brighter than everybody else, that makes you a beast. You know what I'm saying? In my criteria. So a lot of these guys, they saying it's the best, and they the best thing smoking. I be like, well, where have they done it? Where have they did it here? Did they do it against some niggas from out in Maryland where everybody on their team used to play at college, or everybody on their team top notch and shit like that? They ain't did it. So, you know, but that's, you know, my opinion.
Right.
Every people that they say is good ain't that good to me. I mean they good, but they ain't that good. How they put them on this pedestal, you know? So
no, they ain't even good, bro.
No, they good. I just feel like they get a false sense of security playing against cats here where the level of competition ain't a high level. Like, you know,
right.
Like up here, that shit's a business, man. In Maryland, that shit's a business. Like, it's not just, oh, I'm gonna show up on Sunday, I'm playing with my friends. They take that shit so serious, man. Like, it's real. You know, like Corey said, I played for All Met when I was living in Cleveland, man, and they let me play with them, but it was an organization. It wasn't just a flag football team.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Fuck me up, man. Like, you know, they had an offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator. Mm-hmm. They had 12 rushers. None of them could play. They alternated in and out all the time. Nobody saying, oh, I'm the best rusher ever. I'm playing every down. Like, that's what goes. I've been on teams. That's what I've heard from rushers. I'm playing every down. I'm not tired. Mm-hmm. But you are. You feel me? You should be able to go 3 plays, ball out, and be like, all right, next 3. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
We don't got that mentality here. We got the same mentality that I can do everything. I can play everything. I'm the best receiver, corner, center, blocking back ever. Instead of just being the best one thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what people missing out on.
Tone.
Yeah.
Who he sound like?
Man, hey man, I'm gonna go. What you mean? Oh, you talk about who he sound? I thought you okay. Yeah. I mean, he sound like you.
No, you know, I'm gonna keep it real. Me and Corey say a lot of shit that people don't like. You feel me? And he's confident. For me, I'm gonna tell the truth. His confidence me be like overconfident sometimes. For me, you know what I'm saying? But some of the stuff he say for real be real, man. And
what see? Okay, so I tell Corey, I think a lot of times is how he says it and his presentation. And I say to Corey, and I'll ask you the same question. Do you and I think you probably do this more than Corey. You probably help teams more and teach teams more than Corey. Because I asked Corey, are you helping these young guys learn? Are you teaching them how to take the next step or get to the next level? and I know you play with, rec teams and stuff, and I'm sure you give them a little knowledge and everything. Right. Corey, a lot of time, I think, is his presentation and how he talks to these people. Like with me, for a while, it took me a while to really learn the game of flag and learn and know what everything was going on. And you're talking about like the teams in Maryland. I remember one of the first times I went to Refs Cup and just seeing them drive up in buses for flag football games. Yeah. And just watching, how they present themselves, just from uniforms, buses, warming up before games, everything like that. So it's definitely way different than what's going on here. Yeah. But I just say Corey, a lot of times it's the presentation and how he comes off when he talks to some.
You know why that is?
Why is that?
Look at so for me, I'm 43. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not from the new school. Like I ain't into the little swag, the little tight clothes, all the little corny ass jokes, you know what I'm saying? All the little sneak dissing. I'm not from an era with that shit. So when I make a post, I made a post about the best, I think, DBs. A person came on and said, well, didn't y'all go 1-2 or 0-2 in nationals? What the hell does that have to do with what I just posted? What does that have to do? So now you're taking shots. So now when you take shots and I read between the lines, guess what? Now it's fuck you. Like I'm fuck with you. I'm gonna fuck with you to a degree, but now it's fuck you. Because now I'm gonna tell you what I really think. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna bite my tongue. Like these dudes, and like I said, I talk a lot of shit about teams, but I also try to help. I tried to help the Gators, like I said, to play STV. They were sitting under a tree. You know what I'm saying? STV was running around stretching. I already knew that was about to be an ass whooping. You know what I'm saying? They body language showed me. And like Shareef said, when you know, and like I said, I haven't been playing on a high level for the longest because there was a time where I wasn't even playing flag. Like I played 4-on-4. I came in playing 8-on-8. I came in playing on 8-on-8. Then I played 4-on-4. Then I left the game for a minute. Then I got back in the game. You know what I'm saying? I was playing with Shareef now. Then I decided to form my own team. So I'm still like, I'm seasoned. I mean, I played with the Canes too. I'd have been in Nationals. I'd have been in Vegas Nationals back in the day. All that, but I've seen things. So when we talk about, we know what it takes to win here. We know what we're talking about. These young cats, they don't get it. You know what I'm saying? Like we said, we don't have enough travel teams. And the thing that I hate the cop out. And this is the one thing that I hate to hear. I don't take it serious. You show up every Sunday, but you don't take it serious. You're telling me you don't take it serious because you're not winning. If you were winning, it would be something different. But okay, so if you don't take it serious, then why are you wasting that particular team or maybe the person who running the team? Why are you wasting their time? Because this person is investing their money. And I said that about Travis for the Gators. Travis will travel. But Travis, you're wasting your money on a team that don't travel. You know what I'm saying? They want to play on Sundays, and then here it is come Nationals. Travis, I see you want to go down for 5, man. Travis, you're posting on the Facebook community for the country. You need players for 5, man, for Nationals. You wasted your money all season on your team.
Yeah.
Stop dealing with that team. Because obviously you about it to a degree. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. Like these cats, on the little podcast page, we do the little list. I started doing that this week about, who the best is, that, and the third currently. And you can clearly tell people are naming their friends. They're also naming people who have never left the city. How can you put a person on that list that has never left the city? But then when I come back and I give an opinion, keep in mind, it's my opinion. But when people talk about what's facts, this, that, and the third. So if me and Shareef give an opinion, but there's 15 people that support our opinion, that would lead to our opinion kind of being factual to a degree. You know what I'm saying? Now you get these people that's posting these names. There's no tape. Where's the tape? I've never seen you in Florida. I've never seen you in a club in Florida. You know what I'm saying? I've never seen you post anything on Facebook like I'm on my way to Florida. You get what I'm saying? Or I'm on my way to East Coast Nationals, and I use that for example for this year. It was only it was 3 Cleveland teams that represented, right? Y'all,
Right. The
us,
Vikings and the Vikings. Yep.
It was 42 rec teams in the rec division. Tell me, there's no Cleveland team there. So what is y'all? Where's y'all? Where's this? You the GOAT. You the GOAT of what? You're the GOAT of what? Cleveland rec, and you don't even win rec. Stop it. You know, of course, you know, we all as men, it's about bragging rights. You know what I'm saying? So of course, you know, when you say Cleveland, I mean, people will say the outsider's the best in Cleveland. I say the outsider's the best in Cleveland. But when I say that, trust me, my mind is still away from Cleveland. I'm 43. I don't give a fuck about being the best in Cleveland for real. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I want to be in the country. You feel me? Like, we've lost to teams. We've lost to teams. Like when people take shots at the outsiders, Shareef, and you played the Nationals. 2 of those losses was to top teams in the country. You feel me? Like we said it. That Nationals was one of the best Nationals in 20 years. Me and Tony Britt just got off the phone yesterday talking about that.
It was. I ain't gonna lie. It was. From the top, from the pro division. Yeah. It was tough.
That shit was tough. You know what I'm saying? And the outside, we had a lot of success, but honestly, we wasn't ready. Even though we had the brains. We had yourself, me, Reggie Kelly. We had the mental, but we had a lot of first-timers that's good players. That was Perez first time in Nationals.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That was Tamaine, probably. That's his first time on a team where he's comfortable. You know what I'm saying? And just had all this winning. You know, winning the state championship, winning another little championship early on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? 3 city championships. So we done won, but we kind of got there and it was bad. You know what I'm saying? It's a learning experience. But these other cats, you don't know. There's no tape on you. There's no tape on you. So and the problem is y'all got to travel. That's what it is. You got to travel. And the thing of it is this, Tone, like I always tell you, they have the money to travel, bro. Teams got money to travel. You know what I'm saying? There's ways you can do it. $20 a person. Every team got somebody who got money. You know what I'm saying? And it's all the team owners. All the team owners got money. Well, I don't per se have money. You know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't go that far. I don't know if you can say that.
Why not?
I don't know if you can say that.
It's possible. It's possible for everybody to travel, but you know,
it's possible. It's possible. Yes.
You gotta want it. That's the thing is you gotta want to do it though, bro. Like you gotta want to do it. I'm probably maybe Chip, but I'm probably the one person that went to almost every tournament that at what about a 5-year span that went to every tournament. Out of town, play any tournament that it was, I was there to play and see what it was about. You see what I'm saying? And it's like if you want to, then you would get there. You know, but what you were saying about helping people, man, I've always helped. I help. If you from Cleveland and we out of town or you playing somebody from out of town, trust and believe. If you cool with me, I'm gonna help you. I've always helped people. Always. Listen, this is how funny it is. Me and Corey, we just now talking for real. Like we just speaking to each other. We had, so in Canton, they were playing the Buffalo team. Now I could have been like, man, fuck these dudes. They had just beat us. I could have been like, man, fuck these niggas, man, whatever. Corey and Ted, I walked over to Corey and said, look, man, I know you ain't talking to me right now, but man, they need to change that defense up. They playing the wrong defense. They need to move up. You know what I'm saying? Because it's bigger. For me, when they get down to the nitty-gritty, it's bigger than me and Corey or the Outsiders versus Bulldogs. We against another city or another state, nigga, we all ride together. You know what I'm saying? We Cleveland. Like, come on, man. That's Cleveland. You feel me? And back in the day, if you know, as an old school cat, if any team was playing somebody from out of town, I used to get a phone call. Like, hey, Reef, what defense do they run? What offense do they run? I'm a student of the game, man. I try to tell these young cats the same thing. When you at a tournament, you running around, you joking, you laughing. Sit down and watch these games.
Sit down and watch the games, yeah.
Sit down and watch these teams that you're going to play.
Don't run to the car in between your games and smoke weed and go drink. Go watch the games.
Like sit down and watch these games and like now I play quarterback. But I've always sit down and watched the game where I can tell my quarterback, like, all right, this team about to play a 3-2-3, and bam, now it's up to you to figure out how to break it, or you know what I'm saying, or beat it.
Right.
Defensively, they run a spread, but they like to go inside out all the time. Like that's what I do, and a lot of these cats don't do that. Even in the city, you can do it. You play the outsiders all the time. You play ice cream. You play the Bisons. You play the Gators or whatever. You should be able to look at each team and say what they're gonna do a lot of and what they're not gonna do a lot of. And it shouldn't be that, you know what I'm saying? And you should be able to play football so it won't put your team behind the 8 ball. But a lot of these guys, they don't do that, man. They over there, like he said, STV been running the same offense for since they've been in existence, right?
Mm-hmm.
So how every time you play these niggas, you don't know what defense to play. So you done played this, you try to send one at him, it ain't working. So now you're seeing 2, but you ain't seeing 2 the right way. It ain't working. So something is wrong. So you should know when you play SCV, you need to take you and your team need to get together and talk about this shit. Like what we gonna do? But that's not what people do. Like we played SCV twice. They ended up beating us the last time. You know what I'm saying? Because you just didn't have the right personnel. It's the same we had the first time we played them. But that I know how to play that offense against that offense because that's what the Raiders used to run.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like I've seen it. You want Mike Tatum to play quarterback, man. You don't want him to get it to them other cats. Like, you feel me? You want him to be the one to beat you. But I mean, it's like I said, it's about being a student of the game. A lot of these young cats that say they great ain't students of the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna give an example. I played quarterback. I ain't gonna say no names, but I played quarterback for the Bisons for 3 years straight, right? My offense really ain't changed. So one of the cats had to play quarterback. He didn't know how to call an offense. Why? You've been playing in the same offense for 3 years. You should be able to call an offense off of what I've been calling because you should know what everybody on the field does. But you don't because you're not into the game the right way.
Right.
You feel me? I'm able to play quarterback because I learned what everybody do on the field and every offense I've ever played in. Because you never know. You might have to play outside receiver, might have to play center, might have to play quarter. You never know. So I learned that these guys don't look at it like that. All they care about is self. Oh man, I got 5 touchdowns. Oh, I'm opening the slot. Oh, I'm opening this. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, it ain't just about you out here. It's about 6, 7 other people. You feel me? And that be the problem, man.
You know what's crazy? So, I mean, I know you see the comments. So many people, and it's funny to me, so many people take shots at me. You know what I'm saying? Like all the young dudes.
And I want it though. You like that shit. Cause you dogging these niggas, man. Like he said it's
oh shit, did we lose him? All right, yeah. You was going in on Corey though real quick, telling him he liked.
No, he do, man. You know what? It's like I get it though, but he, ain't no in between with him, man. You either shitty or you ain't. Like, and
that's true. That's 100% true.
And he gonna call it, and I've been told because a lot of people call me a bad teammate for whatever reason. But I've been for real. You know what? It's not even the fact that I'm a bad teammate. It's the fact that I'm very intense when it comes to flag. You know what I'm saying? On football, on the field, I'm in the game, man. You know what I'm saying? So I'm giving 110%. Well, I'll be feeling like everybody around me should give me 110%. So I'm very boisterous. You know what I'm saying? I talk a lot. I see shit happening before it happened. So I'll be just trying to get my team in there. You know what I'm saying? Together. Right. But so I've been called, like I said, you probably seen the message that Justin said I'm a bad teammate. I'm a cancer. You know what I'm saying? But if anybody will tell you that, oh yeah, he put anybody to tell you that play with me that I'm the most loyal and like most person, I'm gonna be there at everything. If I say, you know what I'm saying, anything, everything, I'm always there. And I'm always giving 110%. I lift people up. I may not do it the way that everybody think you should do it, but I want everybody to be great, man. You feel me? And I see people strengths and weaknesses. You feel me? So I put them in a situation where they can succeed instead of just, that's another thing. Like niggas just out there. Oh, I play corner. You don't know no coverages. You don't know how to read it. You don't know how to read if a receiver going inside or outside.
Right.
When you need to stay home. Like, what the
Right.
fuck is going on? You feel
Right.
me? So I try to teach. Just know what it's gonna be. You know what I'm saying? Just understand the game. But you know, like I said, I've been told Richie, Jermaine, and a bunch of people say they always taking up for me. But you know, it is what it is. Like, I'm still gonna be me. And I won a lot.
It's
So,
crazy. It's crazy, man. Because when we talk about these young cats, you know, who talk shit about us, you know, over the hill, I go back to the NIT tournament, and it might have been the last NIT tournament that was here. Do you remember we was playing the Buffalo team? You was a quarterback.
oh yeah.
Juan was the center. And all I kept thinking was like, man, if we make it to day 2, like it was little shit for me in that moment. I'm like, if we make it to day 2 and we get far, Shareef should get a plaque and I should get a plaque. You know, you feel me? Because like we was real Team USA, the Yankees. Like, the man got my quarterback Shareef got me out there catching post routes. You feel me? Like that shit. Like I enjoyed that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit, and that shit meant something to me. Cause I'm like, damn, this nigga Shareef is really throwing me the fucking ball. And at the time, Richie wasn't. You know
right. Yeah.
So I was a specialty player. I'm like, a specialty player. Like, okay. Like, man, you tripping, bro. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, when I argue with these cats, like I don't get too personal with them, but they start talking shit, then I get mad. Because I'm thinking like, I've never seen you out of town. So where is the tape? Make it make sense. Like, tell me, who have you played against? Don't tell me you played pro in Cleveland. We don't have no pro in Cleveland.
We don't.
I tell them that all the time. We don't have no pro in Cleveland. Like it, and the thing of it is, the way it is now, you could sign up for anything. You could sign up for anything at a tournament.
Yeah, you can. Yep. Yeah.
You can sign yourself up for pro. Get your ass kicked if that's the case. You want to play some smoke? Play it. You know what I'm saying? But you need to travel in order to be better. It's not here. We can't per se get better playing the same teams. And this is what I told Tom.
Yeah, you said that, but this is what I'm saying. Like the way you said it, when I heard it, the way you said it, I ain't even gonna lie. I'm like, damn, I ain't saying, you know what I'm saying? I play for ice cream now. We ain't no slouch, but damn, that nigga saying he ain't gonna benefit from playing. It's like, I get where you was coming from because you play on pro and it's a level of competition. But I'm like, motherfucker, like, yeah, nigga, my team can ball. This nigga, you feel me? But I understand what you're talking about because I feel the same way in the sense of when we in the like the lower level team that moved up, that really just out there playing. Yeah, like Tone said, I heard that one podcast, Tone, you like, yeah, it's practice, and it is. But this is what everybody always say in Cleveland. We're gonna use the league for practice. And then when we go to tournament, we go, you know what I'm saying, it should help us. But that's not what happened. When you in a league game and you playing, you know what kicks in? Your competitive side kick in. So now you don't want to lose. So guess what you do? You resort to doing what you need to do to win instead of just trying shit. Because a lot of people on your team, a lot of guys on your team are quit. It's like, man, we losing. Man, y'all ain't, why we doing this or why we doing that? Not understanding that it's practice. When you practice, you do shit that you don't usually do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the problem because you say that, but people on your team don't get it. You start losing, and now don't nobody want to show up to be playing with no losing.
Right.
You know, so like, and like I said, we all do the same thing here. And what people don't understand is every game that Ice Cream play the Outsiders or True play the Outsiders or the Bison play True, every game gonna be tight. You know why? We play each other 20 times a year.
Right.
So
and then go out of town sometimes, like when y'all went to Canton.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that's not out of town, but still it's a tournament and y'all go play each other down there.
Right. So I don't say like we just played the Outsiders, we won, but at the same time, me personally, I can't get up. I can't be like overzealous about it because we supposed to be able to play with them because we play them all the time. So it ain't too much shit we can hide. It ain't too much shit that's different. You feel me?
Right.
I know what they gonna do. They know what we gonna do. You know what I'm saying? And it's just how it be. But when you go out of town, that's what people don't get. When you go out of town and you play against a team that don't know what you're gonna do, now let's see what you're gonna shine. Now let's see what if your quarterback know how to call a game for real. You see what I'm saying? Because now you're seeing some shit that you ain't never seen before defensively. We're gonna see, if you're gonna see a blocking back we're gonna see a center. I know a center who can block, peel back. So Corey, you know what I'm talking about? A peel back all the way back to get the outside rusher. What you gonna do as a rusher? You gonna dominate or you gonna look like an average ass nigga? You see what I'm saying? So it's like I get what you be saying, Corey, but at the same time, it's like some of these niggas like, hey man, this nigga what the fuck is he talking about? Like, but they gotta play the game long enough to understand it, man. You feel me?
Corey, so like you do say that, you can't practice, you can't learn anything, but there's been times when you play the game, and you've played the game and something might happen, and I can believe you because you'll say we were just using that as practice. We were just using that as practice, and you lost, and I can believe you. I know you're not the person that'll just say that, and then you do come back and either make the championship or win the championship in Cleveland. But so you have used games for practice.
Yeah, because you just want to see. So in that aspect, and I get what you're saying. So yeah, so it can see. So in that aspect, you want to see it against whoever else other than your team when you practice. So you want to see how that team may react to it. You know what I'm saying? Now, whatever that particular play is, however they react to it, and if it's successful, you be like, okay, that's something that we can do. So now you go out of town, you play this upper team. And keep in mind, this is my opinion. You play this upper team and you try that play and it don't work, right? So in that moment, it's like, damn, we thought that was a good play, but maybe it's not a good play. Maybe we need to tweak it. Maybe we need to do something a little different because that particular team, this pro team, they ready for that shit. Or they just moving faster than that team that we practice it against in Cleveland. Mm-hmm. And that's the difference. That's the difference.
The speed of the game. The speed of the game is the difference, man.
Yes. When you play them DMV teams, and that's what I'm saying, like I said, I can't get better playing Hart. I can't. That's just my opinion. That play may work against Hart. That shit not going to work against Chico. That shit not going to work against UT Cobras. No matter how many times it work against Hart. Now, granted, we might try it. We might try it. And if it worked, great. But if it don't, I'm not surprised. You know what I'm saying? Like, so we are using this practice, but it's not necessarily getting us better, though. That's what I'm saying. That's my thing of it. And like I said, the teams here, our teams is watered down. Our teams is watered down.
For sure they are. I 100%. We don't. And our A, it was called A back then. The A division in Cleveland was one of the best in the country, hands down. Yep. You feel me? Then it was B. Then A. I ain't even gonna lie. Then it was C, but it was never a D. I don't even know where that shit came from.
I think Cleveland is who started your D league.
It was never a D. So, but the pro division, yeah, it was. Yeah, like I said, referees Cup was the second biggest tournament of the year.
Yep.
Period.
Yep.
You feel me? Like you won a referees joint, you almost like won a national. That's how strong that tournament was. We don't even got that shit no more. We barely got. Matter of fact, I don't even think we got a tournament in Cleveland no more. Like this shit is crazy. You see what I'm saying? Like it's that bad. You know what I mean? That if you like Corey said, he trying his best though. But to get some real go, you're going to have to pack up like STV and go out of town.
Mm-hmm. Right. And that's why I proposed the thing, like, and I don't know what's coming of that, because even some of my teammates is crazy. Like, I want to go to the Philly League. And the reason I want to go to the Philly League, you got three of the top 15 teams in their league play.
Yeah, right.
Bloodline, and NWO. That's the team that put us out on Saturday night.
Right, yeah.
fucking center was blocking.
Yeah, he was.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, man, like, and when we talk about a team from Cleveland, you know, like Shareef said he could feel like he not necessarily part of the problem, but he got an ego. Same thing go for me. Part of my thing is where teams want to merge with us, but they want to change our name. You know what I'm saying? That just don't sit well with me. You get what I'm saying? Like,
I mean,
Go ahead, Shareef. Hold on. Go ahead, Shareef.
Go ahead, Shareef.
man, listen, on the merger side, man, I've been a part of a couple mergers, and one merger that had a chance, literally had a chance, where almost all the top talent was on this one team, was back in the day we was with the Ravens. You remember this, Corey?
I brought that up in the chat when we were talking, Corey. I asked about them. I asked about the Ravens.
And we couldn't get out our own way, right? So what happens is with mergers is, if I'm a guarantee, I can tell you what every merger that don't stay together is because nobody has equal respect for each other. So each team was its own team. But when you come together as one team, now you supposed to be one team, but you don't. You still saying, I'm this team and I'm this team. We did it this way, y'all do it this way, and y'all fighting each other on which way should be the best way. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just sitting down and being like, all right, we starting from scratch. So when it comes to that name thing, Corey, I get it. I know. I mean, you you feel how you feel about your name. You have your reasons why you got your name. You feel what I'm saying? Everybody do, but to make the other team that come in, one team is not better than the other on the merger because it's supposed to be one team. So maybe a name change that's the first foundation of becoming one team.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the first foundation of everybody feeling welcome and feeling like, all right, we solid. But when it's two different teams and y'all come together as one, it ain't the same. The Hurricanes and the Mad Dogs tried it, and I watched it unfold so bad on the sideline at Nationals, because when the shit got tough, they separated again. It was we the Canes and we the Mad Dogs. We used to beat y'all. Y'all used to beat us. Why we listening to him? We better than him. He better than him. And they realized, come to find out, they were still in the game. The game wasn't even over yet. And they could have won the game, but they divided each other. But if they would have just respected each other's game for what they got, for who they bringing together, that could have been a really dominant team. And that's what it is. So I get, I talk to Tim about this all the time, because he feel the same way about the ice cream bulldog name. So he got his reasons why. I understand his reason why. But if you want somebody to come to your team or join forces with another team, it got to be some give. It got to be some compromising. Because don't nobody want to feel like, oh, they just joining my team. No, nigga, we together. We won.
Right.
And that's where it started. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, you got, like I said, you got your reason, and it be what it be. You just instead of trying to merge, you just find talent. That's what you gotta do.
So listen. So do you feel like, so this is my thing. The reason why I feel the way that I feel, Shareef, more so about the name, is because I'm not asking these dudes to merge. These dudes are trying to contact me, or they're trying to contact my players. Right. Try to go with me. So it's like, okay, we look at the team, and I'm a student as well. So it's like, look at the team and say, what do we need? You know what I'm saying? Sure. Okay, we may need this, we may need that. Like for me, I play blocking back, and people always try to make it seem like, oh, Corey just care about his starting position. I recruited blocking backs. I recruited the Mahone brothers that play my position. That's younger than me. That's probably better than me. So how can it be about me? You get what I'm saying? So if I'm recruiting to bring to my team, then I get this other team. Oh, they may be they on their way out. They want to come to us because they don't have a quarterback. But they're telling me they're not going to be called the outsiders, and they're not going to wear this color. I didn't come to you. Right. You came to me.
Right.
You are in need of me. Now, I could take a couple of your pieces. I don't need your whole team.
Right. Okay, in that case, I understand that. But if it's like two teams, that need each other, then that's where everything should be down the middle. You feel what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like for instance, like me personally, the Bisons, they kept the Bison name, but them two teams needed each other. You know what I'm saying? Like they needed each other. They complemented each other for the pieces that they had. Each team needed. You see what I'm saying? So me personally, it should be a name change or some type of compromise on the name where it be equal. You know what I'm saying? And but if a team is on the way out, you want a couple players, then yeah, you're right. You keep your name because you pretty much that's just pretty much like I said, you recruiting. You just add pieces to your team. You know what I mean? But like I don't the merger thing, and you can't just merge for a tournament. It don't work.
Right.
It don't.
Right.
It's not gonna work. It's mentally, like I learned the hard way. I mean, playing with y'all in nationals, the thing, we talked about with Perez, it's different. You know what I'm saying? You see the game different. And you trying to do this all on the fly, it don't work like that, man.
Right.
Don't work like that.
Right. But as students of the game, like for instance in that nationals, so if it ever came about, being mentally tough and understanding, we know how Perez like to play safety now.
You're right. Yeah.
Like he likes to be center field.
Right.
He don't cover four.
Yeah.
But what he got to learn in the game is we can show cover four. And as the defense get to moving, now it turns into a 3-2-3.
Yeah.
That's what I was telling Tone about. This goes back to us not being able to get better playing a lot of the lower Cleveland teams. Because when we go to Maryland and DC, these teams here, they ain't playing a 3-5. They not inverting a 3-5.
No, they don't. They don't.
You know what I'm saying?
That's all DC teams play is a 3-5, 3-2-3. That's all they play.
Down the field. Don't bend. You know what I'm saying? They three rushers probably never mirror. They always come hard.
Yep.
And three plays, a whole other three rushers come.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying about understanding the game and traveling and watching who you play. So, say for instance, Dev take the Gators out of town, and he been playing against Cleveland teams all year. They ain't seen nothing else out of town. So the defense that he would see is a 3-2-3. But you know what I'm saying? He'll see a 3-2-3 majority of the time because it's just how what we do up here. But he go and play a Maryland team, and they show him a cover 4-4 with some stunting. Now he fucked up. His game changed. Now he don't even know what to call because he ain't seen it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like he ain't even experienced what to do and how to counter it because he ain't never seen it. Right. You know what I'm saying? And that's just like I say, that's what it is. It's like you gotta see the shit to be able to prepare for it. Right. Like we played against the Savages earlier this year in Columbus. They double dipped us for real. I ain't been double dipped since 07 in a championship game. But I ran my spread. The first time we played them out, we won. They couldn't stop my spread. So we got to the championship game. They started to figure it out. You feel me? They sat down, they got together, and they started to figure it out. So when I talked to the guy who run that team, he like, bro, we had never ever seen that. So we had to figure it out. And now we know how to play it. Now they making their adjustments. So if we ever play the Savage again, now it's up to me as the quarterback to make an adjustment to what they're going to do.
Right.
But if we never played them, we would never know what to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's just, I don't know, man. I made a post and everybody thought I was a hater down in Cleveland and everything. I just want us to be back to what it was, bro. Like we got too much talent, too much potential. It's too many teams that be on the verge of being great, that's scared to be great.
So what do y'all feel? What do y'all feel? How can we bring Cleveland back? How can you bring Cleveland back? What will it take, and what should be done? What should be done?
I'll let Shareef go on that one. You go first, Shareef.
And be honest, tell the truth.
I mean, shit. I've never really sat down and thought about it. But the number one thing is the top teams. Like I don't know what True do. I don't know. I'm not gonna say I don't know what none of these teams do on the outside of Sunday, right? But I gotta I'm gonna make an assumption that most teams don't practice frequently enough. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's the number one. I ain't even gonna lie, more than anything, that's the number one thing. Practicing.
Yeah.
The number one thing. So I should be able to call Corey and say, Corey, what's up, man? We need ice cream and we need to practice. Corey, you know, outsiders need some practice. We need some practice. We about to go to this tournament. So when we get to practice, Corey can be like, hey, this team, the Philly UT Cobras do this. Can y'all do this for us? And we should be able to, just like NFL, we should be able to go, you tell us what you wanted to work on, and we tell you what we work on, and we get better. See what I'm saying? But don't nobody practice here.
Right.
Everybody got an excuse. Every team I've ever been on, it's always the same thing. Oh, man, I mean, I get everybody got jobs. I get it. Like, I get everybody got shit they got to do. But then don't come on Sunday or don't go out of town when we get our ass whooped and feel some type of way because you thought we should win or we ain't perform like you thought. And that be the problem. Motherfuckers be like, oh, man, y'all sorry as fuck. But we didn't put the proper work in to be great.
Right.
So you can't be mad at when you ain't great.
Right.
Like, no, I'm trying to get, I mean, us as ice cream, we trying to focus on that right now, trying to get practice. I got a lot of guys that want to practice. I've been to practice when there's only been 3 dudes there. How the fuck are you supposed to practice with 3 guys?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's not the same 3 guys. You feel me? Like, I got a different corner. I got a different safety every week. So
right.
How my corner and my safety supposed to get reps with each other and be comfortable with each other if they ain't never there at the same goddamn time?
Right.
And that's the number one thing. Practice and just like the second thing is traveling. Fuck it. You're gonna take your lumps, man. This is flag is about. You're gonna get your ass whooped. You're gonna get spanked. You feel me? It's gonna happen. In whatever division. If you playing rec, I hate this shit. And I always hated it, and I hate when teams say it. I'm playing in the D division because we ain't won nothing yet, and we ain't gonna move up until we win. You will probably never win that shit because it's any given tournament. So now you're giving an excuse why you don't want to play higher competition. But at the end of the day, if you play higher competition, you will see the whole makeup of your team. Like you see who step up and who gonna fold. But if you keep playing rec and that's your excuse not why to move up, where the fuck? What's the point? Like
prime example of what you just said. So I look at the team. I think I heard that you had a surgery or something, or why you couldn't make the game. I don't know, whatever. But the 614 Reapers who just beat y'all in the championship.
Oh yeah. I had my appendix taken out. Yeah.
So I said in Canton, I said I'm giving the edge to the 614 Reapers because I looked at that team list, and of that team list, I'm like, well, damn, that's the best team to me because that team plays in a league play where they play the Raiders, they play up top, they play STV. They also travel. Right. So they identify themselves as a rec team, but they play pro talent in their city. And then when they go out of town, they may play in a rec tournament, they may play in a comp tournament, but they're battle tested. They went to East Coast Nationals. You get what I'm saying? So it makes it easy for them when they come play local league play.
For sure.
They're on a higher level. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. And when they played Bulldog that day, they looked like they were on a higher level. Now, I also say, had Shareef been there, I don't know if that game would have went the same because it was an ass whooping. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Not saying Bulldog would have won, not saying whatever, but I don't think that game would have went the same because the mental of the quarterback. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's what it all boils down to. It boils down to the battle test.
Yeah. You know right. You're right.
Quarterback for y'all that day wasn't battle tested.
Right.
They was throwing defenses and they was doing shit to him that he's never seen before. And it showed.
Yeah. It's bad that some teams that been together for so long ain't got no better. And they got an excuse. It's always an excuse why they ain't got no better. You know? I don't get it. Like, you shouldn't be still in the same spot you was 2 years ago. You shouldn't. I'm just saying.
Right. No doubt.
You tell me why it's like that, Tone. Come on, man. It don't make sense.
I'm gonna sit this one out.
No, bro.
I feel like because I feel like
you know who won.
I feel like I kind of know.
It didn't go out again, did it?
It did. No, I can hear him, but I don't see him.
Ask me whatever, man. I try to be on. I'm gonna be honest as I can. I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings, man.
No, but like you said, and I've said that. How can you have a team for 2, 3, 4 years and you still in the same position that you was 4 years ago?
It's unreal for me, man. I don't get it.
Right. So do you think, and this is what I said, like I told some people, and one of the teams, one of the teams is the Gators. That's, I'm gonna just go out and say it. And we had Dev on the show and I said this. So could part of the problem for that particular team be they look at the quarterback and they say, he's really a receiver. I can't win with him. And the reason I said that, because I even said it on one of the posts. You had Ed, you had Ludi, you had Mikey, you had Deron, you had Ant Green, you also had D. Lawson. They're all gone now. Ed, Ludi, and Mikey left at the same time, go to the Canes. This past year, D. Lawson, Ant Green, and Ron came to the Outsiders. So at what point is the person who run the team and the quarterback, when do y'all look in the mirror and say, okay, maybe part of the problem is us? Like, we have to do better. Like,
I don't feel like because of what I experienced when it comes to Dev, I never feel that from outside looking in, I never feel that nobody don't think he can't get it done. Like that, they can't. It's him on the per se is not believing in him. I just feel like he hasn't at quarterback. He hasn't learned the game enough.
Right, I said that
to lead a team in a sense of keeping them together and taking them some place where they should be able to be. You know what I mean? Like they're not whatever they had, whoever they had for that NWO team that he made the run. They made the run to the championship or whatever, you know what I'm saying, in states last year. You know what I mean? The fact that this is where they didn't, that right there should have been a slingshot for them to come in the next year, playing in the first tournament, traveling, and moving forward. The team that they lost to just won Canton in our division.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you see the difference? So that, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, they should never be where they at. They should be at least in the comp division, traveling just like True, just like the Bisons, just like Ice Cream and Outsiders. They should be traveling on a level where people know who the fuck the Gators is on a national level.
Right.
So it could be, like you say, it may be leadership. It could be whoever run the team not putting it in these guys' head that, hey, traveling is important. We need to do at least 2 tournaments a year.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It should be a goal. 2 tournaments a year and also nationals.
Right.
That you can get your feet wet, you can see where your team stand, and you can be known. I mean, so for them to still be where they at, it'd be like, damn. So when they hear you say what you say, they may say you the bad guy, but I mean, they haven't shown anything to make you say anything differently.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
I mean, like I said, whatever. The Legends the same way. I just was talking about the people. Like, they got talent on that team.
Right.
For whatever reason, they're content on playing in Mark's league and winning that league and being happy that they win in the same league over and over.
Right.
But come up. They finally moved up to pro, but what's gonna happen in the fall if they not win no games right now? They're probably gonna go back to Mark's league and play red.
Right.
Well, see what I'm saying? Or Richie's semi-pro team. I mean semi-pro league. Instead of just staying up in pro and getting better.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
I sent them that flyer. They about the league, the little UFFL states.
Yeah, they need to travel more, bro. Like that. Listen, traveling changes everything for everybody. I promise you. If you ain't never anybody that's gonna look at this or anybody who's gonna watch this, you have to go to a national championship tournament. You have to.
Right.
If you go to a national championship tournament, your outlook on flag will change tremendously.
Right.
Because that is like the best shit ever.
Right.
You see that competition, you see these guys going hard, you see the atmosphere, like it changes your whole outlook on flag. And you come back to Cleveland and be like, man, this is the shit we playing in.
Right.
like, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? But you need, I told people who ain't never been, I ask dudes all the time, like, what's up, man? Why you not going out of town? Like, why you not traveling? You got to see what's out here. You got to see that your best maybe not be the best.
Right.
You know? And then, listen, man, I talk shit about this dude all the time. And he know it. We go back and forth. Aaron, I talk about him all the time. And that receiver list, I'm not even gonna lie. I wasn't about to put him on here on my top starters, but
I was shocked when you did. I was shocked when you.
I gotta give credit where credit is due. And the guy, he ain't the best. He ain't the best to me. I'm just gonna keep it real. But he affects the game in his own way. And like I said, what my criteria was, you got to be able to affect the game to be a beast to me. You feel what I'm saying? So, you know, he had, you know, he 50-50 on his hands, you know, but he has a way to affect the game that you know who the fuck this guy is.
Right.
So I had to put him on my list. Like, no lie, I had to, because
that shocked me. I ain't gonna lie. When I saw that, I was like, damn.
Listen, me not putting him on my list would been to be me being a hater for real.
Right.
You feel me? And, you know, like I said, I give respect where respect is due. You feel me?
Right. Like Antberg.
You know? So I need to see Ed. Ed is a beast, but I need to see Ed do it on a more consistent level, on a top level.
Right. Right. No doubt.
I seen him work. I played with him. We played with him 2 years ago at East Coast Nationals, and he balled out. But you know, so he made my list because you just see it, man.
He play hard. He play hard.
Yeah. His attitude, for me, can take away from his talent. You know, sometimes he get, you know, he get mad, he get emotional, and he, you know, take himself out of the game.
Right.
You know, but somebody on his team got to let him know, like, bro, you so important to the team. Just try to keep your composure, keep your head, because we're gonna need you at the end.
Right.
You know? And Perez is Perez. I don't give a fuck. Perez is Perez. Like, that's all you can say. He number one, hands down. Number one. Right. You know, and I've got Zoom. I fuck with Zoom.
That part right there. When I looked at people's wide receiver list and they didn't have Dave on there, that's when I get upset. You feel me? Like, that's when I get upset. Like, y'all ain't been nowhere or y'all don't see shit. Because I saw Dave. I was on the Canes at his first Nationals. Dave was 18. It was Tremaine first time quartering for the Canes. We lost the first game on Friday, so we was done. Day 2, I saw Dave go to work for 3 games in a row. Motherfuckers coming from the sideline like, hey, man, who's that young receiver y'all got? Like, hey, he fresh out of high school, bro. Fucking people up on every route. Digs, comebacks, and Dave ran hard. You know what I'm saying? So when people didn't have him on his list, that's the little shit I be talking about. It's watered down because y'all ain't been nowhere, obviously.
Oh, okay. And I'm better than Chip, man.
Oh my God. Phone call once this shit go up.
I know he gonna see this. I'm better than that cat, man.
Phone call again, text message.
It's gonna be a forever argument, my guy. Like, yeah.
All that nigga got over me is he could play quarterback and center. That's where.
But no, for real though. But I don't know, man. I just wish some of these cats could have been around to see me in my prime, where motherfuckers wasn't fucking with me. You name a nigga who Listen, Tone, I'm gonna put it like this. It was times where teams was going out finding young dudes to play corner and try to stop me, and they couldn't. Never been stopped, man. Never been stopped. Corey was there.
I knew you was
Corey
about
was
to.
there. They had Aaron on. Gave him the business, man. He gonna deny it. He would deny it to this day. But you can ask people who was there. It was bad. It was bad.
Oh.
Yeah. So, like I said, man,
That was the championship game in Willoughby, wasn't it?
Yeah. So
Who were the teams? Who were the teams?
The Canes. We was the All-Stars. Canes versus the All-Stars. Yeah.
Okay.
But like I said,
I remember Mills. We was just talking about this me, Reggie Kelly, and D. Lawson was just talking about this Sunday after the games. Reggie Kelly wasn't there. Chip wasn't there. The really only stretch y'all had was you and TJ.
Yep.
TJ caught that first touchdown, gave Norm and Ford somebody and Kyle, then just away from him.
Yeah.
And I called Reggie Kelly because I had BJ. I took BJ home. BJ was staying in Twinsburg. And I remember Mills had 2 sacks on Creel. Creel looked at his blocking backs and said, hey, let Jerry and BJ through. Get Mills. He's like, I'm going to make them miss. And they put Aaron on you. Aaron came to the line, and at the time, that shit shocked me because I knew Aaron. I'm like, damn, Aaron got top end speed. Like, I know Shareef good, but let me see. I was on the case. I'm like, let me see. Man, the shit I was seeing, I was like, man, fuck it. Crowning shit. Like, that shit was bad. And fast as Aaron is, it ain't light on the routes. It wasn't just by a yard. It was like yards, like plural. Like, I'm like, damn. I'm like, man, this nigga, man, this skinny ass nigga, man, don't jam this nigga up, man. What the fuck?
But that's what they did. That's what everybody was saying. He's small. Put your hands on him. But you forgot. You got to be able to touch me first. Like, but you know what I'm saying. But like I said, it's a lot of cats that got a potential to be great. Like, I got a guy on my team right now. If he took the game serious, could be the best blocking back in the city, and that's Travis. No lie. I'm not. I promise you. I stand by it. He don't take the game serious. He can do everything, man. He got good feet. He got hands. He can block. You know what I'm saying? He know the game. He been around the game. He's just not mentally in the game right now, man. That dude, it's just it bothers me. Right. When you see talent with certain people and you be like, man, they wasting it and can be great at this shit, man. I mean, and I've been knowing Travis since he was a kid because he's been around with his dad. Right. So I'm a little bit harder on him than a lot of other people, but
right.
So let me ask you a question, Shareef. Because you brought up your team. Where do you see your team in the next few years? Where do you see?
I mean, honestly, I feel like right now we still next few years, I feel like we got a national, at least we could get a national in the next 3 years. Honestly, right. I feel like we still growing, and of course we need a couple more pieces in the sense of trying to find talent around here, man, and keeping cats. Everybody wants something to be handed to them. You feel me? And we got a nice little core on our team, but we all right, man. We one of the top teams in the city. I feel like that for sure. And we gonna make a good run at this Vegas and at Nationals and see what happens, man. Okay. And I tell the truth, it ain't even. It's not just about me, but long as I keep my composure and keep my head in the game and use my knowledge the right way, we gonna always be in the game. We gonna always have a chance. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how I always feel. Like with any team I've ever played on. and just show confidence. That's another thing, Corey. Some of these cats don't feel like. Some of these cats need to be patted on the back a little bit. I'm learning, man. As I get older, I'm learning.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To get the best out of them, you can't yell at everybody and put certain people down in the way that they take it the wrong way. So some cats that you say that's shitty, it's okay to be like they all right, bro.
Oh, not if they ain't on my team.
That's what it, like you said, there's no in between with him. There's no in between with him. It's somebody's either good or they're shitty with Corey. I can't even say good. It's somebody's either great or they shitty.
But the thing of it is, if they prove me wrong, I say I was wrong. I never have an issue with saying I was wrong. But until the tape tell me something different, you either shitty or you great.
Yeah.
You can't be in between. Ain't no in between.
No, ain't no in between.
You say ain't no in between.
Ain't no in What the fuck is in between? What is it? You know how many GM?
A good role player. That's in between.
A good role player, right? Right.
That's in between.
You know how many coaches and GMs got fired talking about this player had talent?
I mean, and you know how many got fired that couldn't identify good role players?
Not role players. They couldn't identify stars. Not role players.
Yes. No, you need role players.
I know you do need role players, but they got fired because they couldn't identify stars. Nah. It wasn't about the role players. Now, granted, you need role players. You know what I'm saying? You need people to do like the little dirty work. But back to that's something right there, Shareef. That's it. So when we talk about super teams or this, that, and the third, and you brought it up, you said, I think you worded it differently the way I worded it. So I always tell people when they tell me they could play this position, they could play that position, they could play this position. What would you rather be? Would you rather be good and want to be on the field playing two positions, or would you rather be great at one position to help us win a nationals?
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
I'll be great at one position, and you know, I talk. Only reason why I feel how I feel about it because it happened to me the year we won nationals. I didn't play offense at all. I didn't. They had a dude named Kidner, white boy, that was Ghetto's number one receiver, but I was better than him by far. But that wasn't my role that they needed me to play. So I was the best. I guarded the best receiver on whoever team we played. So that's what, like you said, they called for me to be the best corner or safety that I was supposed to be, and that's what you focus on. Like right. You said, if you can focus on being great at one thing, that helped the team more than you being good at three different things. Right. You see what I'm saying? So I feel like that's what people are lacking. Like everybody want to go both ways. Everybody want to play every position. Everybody want the ball every play. You know what I'm saying? But can you really be great at? Well, I don't know. I was great at everything, but I'm just saying. No, you know what I'm saying? No, for real. I was winning. I was winning defensive MVP and offensive MVP in tournament. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's possible, but it ain't too many people who can do that shit. For real. Right. You know? Right. I just want guys to play with me that want to be great at one thing. Right. I need you to be the best corner ever. Like, if you could shut down the whole side of the field, you know how much that help a defense?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? If my linebacker can flow from sideline to sideline, that mean I ain't gotta have my safeties be worried about anything. Like, you know, I mean, just people just don't get it. Or my rusher just be the greatest, best rusher ever. Don't worry about what everybody else doing.
Right.
Like, what the fuck? Right. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But
like I said, the rushers. If I got 6 dominant rushers and y'all can put y'all egos aside and rush 3 plays hard as shit, then the next 3 come in, rush hard. Y'all are fresh. Guess what y'all have done for me? If y'all fresh and all 6 of y'all are good, I know that y'all could start on any team. Let's get that starter word out of your mind frame. You know what I'm saying? I know you can start, but I need you because these 3 are the starters, and then y'all 3 are the next 3. Y'all are just as good as the first 3. If
Yeah,
all y'all do what y'all need to do and learn to coexist and sacrifice and be selfless, if y'all put pressure on the quarterback, what is the opposing offense? They can't get into their offense.
for sure.
We've won the game. We
For
get a
sure.
touchdown and maybe a field goal, we've won the game. Guess why? Because that team can't do anything with our rush. We are fresh for the entire game, for the entire tournament.
Hey, on defense, the rush dictates the game for your defense. Period.
Yes.
Hands down. If your rush is dominant, everything is easy. If your rush is shitty, it gets hard for the secondary. Period.
If
Point
rush
blank.
is dominant, you can have average DBs.
Yep, for sure. Yeah.
All they got to do is have a mental, just be in the right spots. They ain't got to be the best physically and all the top end speed. They ain't even got to be that.
Hey, Tom, let me ask you a question. I heard
Yeah.
Corey say it one time before. Other than the quarterback, who's the most on offense? Other than the quarterback, who's the most? What's the next most important position?
I would say the center.
Okay. A lot of guys don't understand that. A lot of guys don't get it. It's
Well, see, and this where I go back to like learning the game and having some old heads teach you the game. Because it took like playing and having team, and rec and shit, it took me forever to even learn that the center was in flag was a threat in on the field.
right.
It took me forever. We coming out when I first started playing and having teams, we coming out trying to play it like it's regular football. We trying to run the football. We trying to do shit like that. Having the center block, not going out for passes, nothing like that. So I think a lot of people, a lot of times it's knowledge. A lot of times it's knowledge.
Yeah, flag is the opposite of 11 on 11. It's inside out, not outside in.
Yep.
A lot of people don't get it. You go inside out, because you know what I'm saying. Like anybody watching me play quarterback, I don't get. You know what I'm saying. Corey, inside out, man. I milk you. I use my blocking backs.
Mm-hmm.
The blocking backs are very important to an offense because it makes the defense think. You see what I'm saying? If you just keeping your blocking backs in, you never release them, you just have them blocking the whole time, the defense can zero in.
Mm-hmm.
But once you start releasing your blocking backs and killing them, now all of a sudden, now they gotta think it. Now you watch niggas get confused. You watch rushers don't rush no more. And it's like the whole game changed, you know what I'm saying? And that's what
it's also when you do it too. Because I tell people, like, if your receivers is doing like okay, if you come out of the game and your first 7 or 8 plays is to the receivers, that defense, and then let's say you don't score, that defense has got it set in their head now that, okay, we see how they want to play. Now you try to come back to the blocking backs later, it's too late. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Especially if you done got behind on the 8 ball. You know what I'm saying? Like your first 3 plays, mine is to the blocking backs. Because if I slow the run, blocking backs is the equivalent to a run game in the NFL.
True.
It's the equivalent.
Yeah.
It's the equivalent.
You know what I'm saying? And like y'all say, it took playing in tournaments. It wasn't out of town, but Ref Cup, playing in tournaments to learn, for me to learn the importance of the center and blocking backs. Because we played a team from Milwaukee that killed us. And every time we thought we were about to get a sack, every time we were so close to the quarterback, he dumped it off to his blocking back and killed us. And we didn't know what to do. And we like, what the fuck is going on? And we think we're doing good and we're not. And we didn't know how to play defense. And we weren't doing that on offense. We're trying to run the ball. We're trying to throw to the receivers. We're not throwing to anybody, like you said, inside out.
Yeah. But Tone, I forgot to say this. Another reason would help us? We gotta have more tournaments that can draw people here. Because if you ever think about it, back in the day, it was a lot of NITs. It was a lot of NITs that we used to have that out of town teams used to come to. That's the equivalent of seeing what we need to see. See what I'm saying? So you would see a Maryland team here, you would see
Yeah.
DC team, Chicago team. You know what I'm saying? We don't have tournaments no more, and that's another. That's some. So like Mark maybe get Mark or Richie, because that's all we got, or June, whatever with that. But they got to get more tournaments here that can maybe draw more teams here, so we can not be behind on the 8 ball. You see what I'm saying? Back then, we seen teams like I told somebody on my team that I said, I want y'all to one day we gonna play certain teams. Every team from Chicago blocks the center, no matter what. Yep. Every team from Maryland runs a 3-2-3. You know how I know? Because like I said, we had these tournaments where you would play them and I paid attention. So you know if your center is blocking, you seeing 5 or 4 or whatever. Right. See what I'm saying? I watch so many teams let the center just block one man. It's 3-on-3. So now you're not gaining an advantage on defense. You behind. So it's like I said, you just gotta see it. You gotta see these teams more to understand it. So maybe, like I said, Richie, I see Corey be trying. Like Richie and Mark can help out by maybe getting some tournaments, more tournaments, man. Yep. You know what I'm saying? I know flag is different now with these big old majors that the FFWC got going on, T got going on. But you know what they doing up in Maryland? They throwing money. They had nobody even know. Corey probably know because he in the chat with them and this thing. They're having tournaments where you get cash every game.
Yep.
Every game is for money.
Damn.
So they get like 10 teams. 10 teams every game. If the pot go up as more as you go, the more you win.
Right.
That's raw as fuck.
Right.
You feel me? Like, we not nowhere near that.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And then, but to tell my team and be like, hey, we about to go to Maryland this weekend to get in this money tournament. Niggas looking at you like you crazy.
Right.
I got, we do this. We got a league game. Yeah. Man, fuck that. Oh, let's go play. It's 5 hours. 5 hours, man. Get in the car. Let's go get this money. STV is what STV is because they committed, man. They committed to traveling. They committed to the process.
Right. So
that's what it is. That's what it is, man. You got to be committed to the process.
Right.
The teams around here ain't committed to the process, man. They okay with playing in the city. All right, look, to each his own. I get it. Hey, some people just want to play for fun. All right. But don't come telling you the greatest. You win a championship in the rec and talking about you the greatest team smoking. I don't want to hear that shit.
Right.
All right, so look. I'm gonna end it on this. Shareef. Corey, you too, but I'm gonna start with Shareef. Give us a little bit of history, and I want you to give me one offensive player from your past, one defensive player from your past, and one all-around player from your past that you will put on your team now to help you get to the next level.
That sucks because it's me. No, that's man. All right. No. No, you know what? From my past, all around, Reggie Kelly, hands down.
You stole
best all around player I ever played with. Smart, one of the smartest flag football players I ever played with. Offensively, defensively, it's a cat named Jimmy, white boy.
The safety.
The safety.
Yeah. Hands down, the best safety I ever played with.
I remember Jim.
Yeah, Jimmy was that dude, man. I play with a lot of good dudes, man. I hope somebody don't get mad at me, but Lavelle don't get mad at me, but my guy, you was good too. But and offensively, can I give you two? I played with two of the best receivers ever in flag in Cleveland, Ohio.
I think I know who you're gonna say, but go ahead.
Super Dan and Larry, hands down. Super Dan, 6'5",
the white boy.
Yeah, His name was Super Dan for a reason, man.
Yeah.
It's just talking about him Sunday.
Super Dan. Defensively, one more. I'm gonna do two on defense. I can't leave it out. My little brother, man. Hands down, man. Best rusher ever I ever seen. and I seen a lot of great ones. But that's my list, man. I can't play with my brother now though. We got different mindsets, but but yeah, them my guys right there. Them my guys.
Your turn, Corey.
So from my past, honestly, I'm gonna just name three, and I'm gonna stand by this. The first time I saw Shareef was up on 49th, but up there in them factories. He was playing with the. They used to call him Black, and it's crazy because a lot of people see this and be like, "Oh, here he go on this corny shit." 1 minute they cussing each other out or talking shit. Now he cool with it, but everything he said, like I saw that shit. Like post route, they went and got young cats. Nobody could check this motherfucker, and I'm sitting there thinking like, I was younger, I was in shape. I was older than him, but I'm like, man, I can check that motherfucker. But the way he was doing people, I'm like, nah, I ain't even about to take on that shit. Like, I'm new to this shit. So I would say Shareef offensively at receiver. Defensively, I'm going to go. I played with Jammer. You know,
yeah,
Jammer,
yeah.
Jammer.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Jammer, he didn't look like it, but Jammer had some go.
Yeah, Jammer was ox. Yeah.
Whether he's that linebacker or a rusher, or even when he is at blocking back. But since defensively, I'm gonna go Jammer. There's a lot of other people you could throw in there, but I've always been a fan of Jammer. And what'd you say, Tone? You said how many people? 3?
Yeah, all around.
And all around.
All around?
Yeah.
All around. Well, I'm gonna go with Reggie Kelly. I'm Reggie Kelly in mine too. At linebacker, blocking back. We just talked about this shit Sunday, man. Like Creel and Reggie Kelly was the first quarterback and blocking back that I saw that they was throwing go routes and post routes from the blocking back position.
For sure.
Like, and I'm like, damn, did he just come from the blocking back position? Like, First off, the rusher came. The middle rusher came. Creel made a move on both of them to be able to throw it, or sometimes he didn't even make a move. Sometimes he would just stand there and he know he gonna take this hit, but he got to get this pass. You know what I'm saying? And that shit was either going for a touchdown or it was going for 50 minimum every time. So them my 3. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people like the young cats, because Reggie Kelly just started commenting on the page today. You know what I'm saying? A lot of cats don't Kelly, but when I was younger, for maybe like a 4 or 5 year span, like he was kind of known for being like the best linebacker and the best blocking back in the country. Like that was the talk at one point. And he was fast. Like I saw that man play 4-on-4. You could play with 3 people though. You could play with 3. It's 4-on-4, but they got 3 people. He tore that field up, and it was only 3 of them. He was fresh out of Kent, still running a 4-4.
All right, gentlemen. Well, it's been fun. Thank you very much, Shareef, for coming on talking to us.
No problem, man. I appreciate what y'all doing, man. It's all love, man. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate it.
All right. Thank you.
All right.
All right.
Yep. Bro.